Turn it up. You're listening to the Country Music Rocks podcast with Danny and Julia. Your all-access pass to all your favorite artists, untold stories, and the real behind-the-scenes of country music.
We are on the countdown to the ACMs in Vegas.
I know, just a few more days.
Woo,
and we
cool.
are going to find out who is taking home one of the prestigious awards.
I know. We've already found out a few. Of course,
Yes.
Tucker Wetmore, very cool for our own local Kalama boy.
I know. Was he your pick?
He was.
Yeah, same,
Yeah. Him and
same.
Zach Top, I realized quickly that I'm like, he is definitely, no, not Zach Top, Gavin Addock is who I meant.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I realized quickly, I'm like, it's got to go to Tucker. Like, he's making some noise on the road with Thomas Rhett. So
For sure. And just kind of looking at, because it was Gavin Adcock, Vincent Mason, Shabuzi, Hudson Westbrook, and Tucker Wetmore. I felt like that was definitely my pick as well. And of course, he's from our local boy.
Yeah.
And I just felt like he's done so much.
Sure.
So
the only one that I think could really have taken it away from him because he's made a lot of noise is Shabuzi.
Yeah.
It seems like I was watching the basketball finals last week.
Was he part of that?
Yeah. He was in New York. He didn't go to the Met Gala. I think he might have gone to the Met Gala later. I think he was the first half of the Knicks game.
Okay.
Sitting with a cowboy hat
Yeah.
on the floor next to Jimmy Fallon. And then, he's probably at the Met Gala.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it could have been Shabuzi because he's very popular.
I feel like he pops up in the most random places.
It's wild.
It is wild.
Yeah.
And I could totally see him being part of the Met Gala in some just
Form of fashion.
exactly
Yeah.
some form of fashion that is very wild but crazy
Yeah.
and cool.
Like a suit with a cool bolo tie.
Yeah, he just has such a vibe
Yeah.
that is literally like no other, and he carries it so well.
He does.
He owns it, and I love it.
For sure. So, yes, we're both proud of Tucker Wetmore. I was super pumped to see that one.
Yeah.
And when the news broke, we saw that with his mom delivering it to him.
That
It
was so cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I
so
love
cool.
that. I love that Thomas was involved in the whole thing. I thought that was really cool.
And then Avriana, we saw, got the announcement at Stagecoach.
Stagecoach, yes.
From Sam Barber, which was really cool.
Yep, I thought that was really neat.
I love the fact that she was literally speechless and couldn't say anything, didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
Those are the kind of moments when you're around how many ever fans were there, like 50 or 60,000 fans were there.
That was a big moment.
That day was cool to see.
It was a big moment for her in general, just to be playing in front of that many people on the big stage at Stagecoach and then to win New Female Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, again, that was a tough one for me because it's not that I'm not super familiar with all these artists, you know. So it's Avery Anna, Mackenzie Carpenter, Dasha, Carolyn Jones, and Emily Ann Roberts. So, yeah, I mean, again, I'm very happy for all of them that got nominated.
Yeah.
But now I get to kind of dig into each of these. And I was actually listening to some Avery music recently. Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I need to know who this new female artist of the year is now, and I want to get familiar with her.
I met her and saw her a year ago at the CMAs. She did a private luncheon party for Warner.
Yeah.
And she was with Bailey Zimmerman and Chase Matthew. They did this little white church place in Nashville. It was very cool. And she came out and just played the piano, and her voice was very pure and raw. It was super cool.
That's
so I was
cool.
glad to see her win.
Yeah.
Although I love Dasha. I think she's great. Caroline Jones, we've known her for years now with Zach Brown. And Mackenzie Carpenter, we're going to get a chance to see when she rolls through town in July with Jason Aldean.
Yes.
So that'll be really cool. So I was it was a tough category, but I was glad to see that Avery, it's a nice way to start for a new beginner.
For sure. She's following. So last year Ella won. So she's following right behind Ella, which, I mean, if Ella's year says anything, Avery's on a great path. And then you mentioned Zach Top, and that's who Tucker is following. So because Zach got it last year.
Yeah, they're both on that same train track. Man. Yeah. It's crazy.
So I just realized we're jumping right into this. And we didn't even say, we're giving out our picks.
No, we're going to do it now.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's because these were already, that's true.
Yeah, I mean.
We were so excited for kind of like the other night.
Yeah.
So fun fact, Danny and we have this really bad habit of when we're heading somewhere to a show, once again,
we start talking.
And I don't know, we almost ended up in Eugene because we had 2 exits to go, and we were just flying by him. And then he's like, did I miss the exit? And I'm like, I think a few.
Yeah, a while ago. So we had to do a quick U-turn to get back.
Yeah.
That's what always happens. We just get so excited to talk about it all.
So we're jumping right into this. But so the awards are this Sunday.
Yep. On Amazon Prime, live from Las Vegas.
Which I am really happy about because we all get to watch it at once.
Yes.
All the time zones, no spoilers.
I love that.
It's kind of like if you miss it and you get a spoiler, it's your own fault.
Yeah.
Because you have the opportunity to watch it live.
Yes.
So I think that's great.
I still have a few days. Like my buddy Mojo lives down in Vegas, and he's like, "Bro, there's flights available. Come on down." So I may fly down Friday night and then Saturday. I'm not sure yet, and then just come home because I have no plans that weekend.
Okay.
So
keep your calendar clear.
I know, just
for the
in
rest
case.
Of the week,
I know.
just in case.
If Southwest Airlines throws me that $69 flight, I'm gone.
I mean, hey, at least you weren't booked on Spirit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That flight would be
then
canceled.
you'd really have some issues.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah. So let's start with Female Artist of the Year.
Okay.
So we have Kelsey Ballerini, Miranda Lambert, Ella Langley, Megan Maroney, and Lainey Wilson. So Lainey, I kind of did a little digging. She won last year and the year before. So 2024 and 2025,
Right.
Lainey got Female Artist of the Year.
Okay.
So who are you thinking, or who's your pick for this year?
I know Miranda is the all-time female leader when it comes to the ACMs, but unfortunately it's not her year this year. I'm strictly going with Ella Langley. There's no stopping this girl.
Same.
Literally, with Dandelions dropping, she's like Morgan Wallen. Every day there's a new song coming out. I'm like, holy cow.
She's just doing so much.
Yeah.
And so that was another thing I know when we had talked about when we went through the nominations. I was just kind of looking up like, okay, what's the criteria? And it's a calendar year. So January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2025.
Yep.
It's what they've done in that calendar year. That's where the nominations are coming from and how they're eligible to get to this point.
Okay. So
Ella's done so much.
Yeah. She's like 3 songs, 4 songs already.
And not even just music. I mean, she's just, her involvement on so many things and so many levels. Just bringing so much attention to the country music genre has been pretty incredible.
Yeah, and then I think it was last year that her and Miranda performed in Texas.
Yes.
And she was wearing Miranda's sweat T-shirt or wife beater tank top.
And maybe they were both wearing each other's. I can't remember. I know Ella was for sure. She was definitely wearing a Miranda.
Yeah, gunpowder and lead.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And I think to this moment, is she going to perform with her again this year? I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I can't even remember the list of performers because it seems like everybody's performing.
And they keep adding. And they're going to add more.
Right.
So.
And that's the cool thing about Amazon Prime. Like, they can do it in 3 hours, but they could easily do that show in 4 hours and give us full on production and
absolutely.
And, I mean, with so much talent there, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And take advantage of it while you can.
Well, while you have all these artists together. And that's when, like, award shows like this, there's always cool collabs and they always put together something you wouldn't expect. And I think the performances are always kind of next level.
Right.
So we'll see. So I'm excited about that to kind of see if it, kind of continues that way.
Sure.
Or, like some years, like we talked about CMAs, it was kind of like, I don't know, kind of fell flat a little bit. You know, we weren't wowed, but I feel like, they're back in Vegas.
This is a different story. This is their first year back in Vegas.
For a while.
For a while. So this could be really big. And you know how Vegas is. Exactly. It's home of the stars. Anybody and everybody's going to be there.
Exactly. So I think it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's a great category. I love Kelsey Ballerini and I love Miranda. Megan and Lainey. I think Lainey's not saying she's done, but I think
she's definitely not.
She's definitely not done. But I think this is going to be Ella's year to walk.
I think it's just been some fierce competition. I think that between all of them, honestly. I mean, even Megan, she's been all over the place this year as well. And Miranda, Miranda's Miranda. Right. So we'll see. But yeah, I think Ella is going to take this one.
Okay, there's one for us. All right.
All right.
Let's jump over to Male Artist of the Year. The nominees are Chris Stapleton, Luke Combs, Riley Green, Cody Johnson, and Zach Top. This is a tough category.
I have 2 artists highlighted because I couldn't decide.
Right.
Chris has won the past 2 years as well, 2024 and 2025. So I'm ready to see somebody else.
I'm not going to lie. I am so ready to see somebody else pass that torch on and say thanks. Yes. Hey, man, this has been a fun ride. I appreciate it.
Yep.
I unfortunately don't think it's going to happen just yet because Chris is, when it comes to male vocalist, I don't know if there's anybody that's any better besides Ronnie Dunn. Ronnie Dunn could be the only. If it was Chris Stapleton and Ronnie Dunn, I think Ronnie Dunn would win this actual category. But in this print, I would love to see Zach get it. I would love to see Cody get it. Even Riley, even Luke Combs, he's already got it.
Yeah,
it's not that I don't want him to have it.
Sure,
he's been kind of quiet this year until recently. He just started his new tour. Riley's been touring.
He's been doing a lot.
I'm kind
of torn between Riley and Cody, but feel like, I don't know, this might be Cody's year.
I would like to see that happen.
I would love to see that, yeah.
If I could pick three, it would be the Chris, Cody, and Zach.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to go with my heart and say Chris Stapleton still. Yeah, unfortunately. Right. I mean, not unfortunately. I don't mean to be mean.
I know what you're saying. But it's time.
It's not time. He's not going to pass that torch just yet. I don't think so.
I mean, if it was me, I'd probably want to hang on to that too.
Yeah,
but
right?
No, but at the same time, I mean, I think that, I don't know, I think we might see kind of a turn this year.
It would be
interesting. I don't know.
It'll be really wild to see. Again, this is voted on from the members
the industry,
of radio and the industry. So you got to think about tour managers, label managers, label assistants, DJs,
right,
program directors, assistant program directors, music directors. There's a lot of going on to this. If they're a member of the Academy, if you're not, you can't just vote.
Exactly, no.
So some of those people aren't, but the more important people are.
Right.
And so that's really kind of cool. So I think it's Chris's year. We'll see. Okay, yeah.
Group of the year.
Sure.
49 Winchester, Flatland Cavalry, Old Dominion, Rascal Flatts, Red Clay Strays. Again, Old Dominion, last 2 years, 24 and 25, they took this award. I mean, I don't know, I kind of feel like they're, just because
it's their year?
It's not that it's their year, I just feel, well, I mean, they're always doing something. I feel like Old Dominion is one of those groups that never really slows down.
Right. They do a lot of writing.
They're always, I feel like they were really busy the first half of the year.
Right, like the end of 24 into 25.
Yeah.
They crushed it. And then end of 25, they've been gone.
Yeah, and maybe that could be, just kind of some rest and relaxation, writing, getting ready for new material.
Yep.
The others, I don't know. I don't know much on. I mean, of course, Rascal Flatts, they are who they are.
Right.
They're,
And they're touring.
Yeah,
again.
So I mean, they are still out there, This is where, I don't know.
I don't believe that it's going to be 49 Winchester or Flatland Cavalry.
I think it's just too early for them.
Yeah, I mean, great group. I like some of their music.
Yeah.
It's just too early for them. So I'm going with the Red Clay Strays.
Are you? Yeah. Because CMA Awards, they took that. And
it was a dominant.
Yeah.
They took it, hands down. So it could just be that year, we're seeing the tides change.
And you're right. Maybe that's, we just saw that with CMAs because we saw that with, Cody winning big and, so that very well could be.
Could be interesting. And again, I think Rascal Flatts Old Dominion could be a very close second or, but I just don't. In the last year, I think about all their stuff and I've only heard one song from them, but I hear the Red Clay Strays are just, everywhere. They were at Stagecoach, they were at this festival and that festival. They're being booked at a lot of places.
They are.
Not that Old Dominion and Rascal Flatts haven't. They've been touring as well, but still. So Red Clay Strays, I'm going with that one for this year. So we'll see.
All right. So far we are the same on one category.
Yep, exactly. All right, let's jump into Duo of the Year, which is always interesting. And this one still baffles me. I'm kind of like, okay, Brothers Osborne, Dan and Shay, Muscadine Bloodline, and Thelma and James, and Brooks and Dunn. Brothers Osborne.
Last year was Brooks and Dunn.
Yeah, last year was Brooks and Dunn. I think about the same timeline as like, when does music come out? When have they toured? When have they done anything? Haven't seen any music from them.
Yeah.
They've been writing. They're always writing.
And they're writing for others, maybe not just for themselves.
John, for sure. Dan and Shay, we've talked about them recently. We just saw that they just dropped a new duet with Brandon Lake.
Right.
They just dropped the other song.
Single.
They're one by themselves.
Yep.
So they're in that process, they're coming back, and I feel like there's that running thing with Dan and Shay. Like, they disappear for a while, they write 5 songs that on the top of the 300 or 400 they probably already have. Right. Then they get in the studio, they produce, they get the whole thing running. So I don't think it's Dan and Shay's year. If it is, fantastic.
Sure,
I think it's awesome. Muscadine Bloodline, I just don't see it. Thelma and James, I mean, great artists, really cool people, but I just don't know if it's the year. And so for my pick this year, I'm going Brooks and Dunn again.
Same.
Only because the fact that they've been out with Morgan Wallen.
Yep.
And for every new person that's been introduced to country music that's come into the genre that's never understood it before is now being introduced to Garth Brooks.
Greatness.
And Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, exactly. Vince Gill. Like, it's interesting. as my young son Tanner is 21, and some of his friends are just now getting into country music,
right?
And they love the older artists, which is really cool.
Which I think is, I think it's very cool.
It's awesome. Like I wore a couple weeks ago, we were at dinner for something, and I wore a Waylon Jennings shirt, and this young kid came out of nowhere. He's like, "I like your shirt," and I was like, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
It threw me for a loop. So I was like, all right, cool. Young kid wanting to learn, country music. So I like the fact that they're getting exposed thanks to Morgan, part of that tour. So
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think people also are like, okay, which night is Brooks and Dunn playing? Because we want to go see them.
Right.
Right. So I do think that's very cool. And I kind of think that they've just done a lot between, all of last year being on tour with him, doing it again this year. So.
Right. And it's interesting you say that now because like they were at Stagecoach and then they were in Vegas with Morgan, but I don't know if they played, I didn't see Morgan's set list, so I don't know if they played both nights in Vegas or just one, because when they were in Seattle, the first night was Miranda, the second night was Brooks and Dunn.
I think they just played the one night. I think they play one night, and I'm blanking on who plays the second night when it's not them.
Was it Vincent Mason? It might have been Vincent Mason.
Yep.
I think it was.
Okay,
that's cool. So that's good. Yeah. Yeah, so again, we agree. Brooks and Dunn.
Okay. All right.
So far, I think we're off to a good start.
Yes. Okay, where are we going next?
You want to go to Album of the Year?
Album of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is always interesting to me.
This is interesting. So we got Ain't In It For My Health by Zach Top, Cherry Valley, Carter Faith, Don't Mind If I Do Deluxe by Riley Green, I'm the Problem, Morgan Wallen, and Parker McCollum, self-titled album, Parker McCollum.
I've heard the whole album from Zach and saw him in Eugene, and I loved it. He performed almost every song from it.
Cool.
It was great.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it's strong enough to go up.
Album of the Year, that's big.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yep.
Parker McCollum, I mean, great album. Love Parker, super cool dude. It's not mine that I'm picking. Riley, Don't Mind If I Do. I think last year with the video of him coming out and all the girls were talking about him, and now he's making his acting debut in Marshall's. He's getting that exposure.
He is,
I don't think it's him just yet.
Yeah.
Carter Faith, I still feel is fairly new to the scene. So people are like, who's Carter Faith? Is it a group? Is it a single person?
Exactly, yeah.
I've had that question before. So I am going with what I think is probably going to be the album of the year is On the Problem from Morgan.
Yeah. I'm a little torn. I mean, I kind of feel like On the Problem is probably going to take it just because it's a massive album. Everybody knows it. So many singles have come off of it.
Crazy.
So many tour, the tour,
right.
From last year and again this year, because, I'm still the Problem tour. I'm not going to lie. I would love to see, as the dark horse, Parker McCollum take it, just because it's a good album, first of all. I mean, It's a great album. I've listened to it several times. And also, I feel like because he went back to his roots and he made what he wanted to make.
Right.
It was either he steps away from music or he delivers something that he's proud of that's, something true to his roots and that an album for himself, basically.
Right. Yep.
And I kind of commend that. So, and the fact that he's made it this far in the nominations and, he could be the dark horse on this. So I think it's going to, I don't know.
He could be like the dark horse of the Kentucky Derby. Did you see that race?
I did not, but I heard it was really good.
It was the greatest 2 minutes of sports. I'll never forget that race. It was unbelievable.
A female won, correct?
The trainer was a female.
Okay, yeah.
First female trainer to ever win the Kentucky Derby.
That's cool.
But her horse that she trains, and it's something Tempo, I can't remember the last name, literally was in last place.
Oh, wow.
And running the
so it's true
mile and an eighth. And it was true dark horse.
That's
literally,
cool.
It got trapped behind others. And it just took and this is the crazy story behind it, not to get off track, but there was two brothers. The brother on her horse and the brother that was on the favorite Renegade to win.
Okay.
They were 1 and 2. And the brother that was on her horse, something Tempo, actually ended up winning the race next to his brother.
Oh, wow.
So her horse came from last to first.
I love that.
It was incredible. It was like goosebumps. And that could be for everybody if Parker McCollum walks away with that.
For sure.
Literally.
For sure.
Yeah.
That one's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see who takes this one.
Yeah. Do you scream at the TV when we watch? I know I do. I'm like, come on.
Internally, I'm just trying to keep calm and just trying to almost kind of manifesting who they're gonna say, but
Yeah.
And then it's like, or I'm super excited.
We do. My wife Kimmy, she'll be like, "Calm down, it's okay," but I'm like, "No, you don't understand. Like, it's a crazy thing." So I probably will have that same feeling if Parker wins it. Fantastic,
right?
All of them, great nominations.
Absolutely.
Huge to say you're nominated.
Yeah, I think I don't know. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, but I think I'm going with Morgan for sure.
I can. Like I said, I was torn. I was really. I had 2 highlights here, so I was definitely torn on that one.
It is tough for sure. All right, go to the next one.
Song of the year.
Okay.
You want to read these ones off?
Sure, I can read that. Song of the year, A Song to Sing with Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton. Am I Okay? Megan Maroney. Choosing Texas, Ella Langley. And I don't know if you know this or not. Ella Langley this is where the song goes to the writers as well.
Right. Yes.
But Miranda Lambert's a part of that song.
Yeah.
So which is really cool. Zach Top, I Never Lie. And Somewhere Over Laredo, Lainey Wilson. And this is another category. I'm like, oh man, all great songs.
It's a tough one.
It really is. And I love the video between Miranda and Chris Stapleton. It's a very 70s vibe. They're all wearing polyester.
And I think the blend of their voices together was pretty magical. It's a great song.
Yes.
Great song.
100%. I'll let you say who you're going with this year.
Again, this is another one. I've got two artists highlighted because I don't know. I mean, I feel like I Never Lie was huge.
Yes.
And it's hard to remember because this is for last year.
Right.
Excuse me, last year. So, and we heard it nonstop and we're still hearing it.
Right.
Somewhere Over Laredo is just such a great song. It's Lainey. I love the... maybe it's just because I love the Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So, it just brings back that nostalgia, with the Wizard of Oz. Like, I don't know. There's just something about that song I've always loved, and the way she just delivers it is just so beautiful. And then Ella, Choosing Texas. It's just, this one was a hard one.
It is a hard one. And I'll be honest with you. I like Somewhere Over Laredo, but I feel as though like we heard it. It went to the top of the charts, and then radio just dropped it. We didn't hear anything else. So I feel like I didn't hear it as much as I had heard Ella Langley or Zach Top.
Yeah.
Those songs stayed in consistently all the time. Song to Sing, I never hear it on the radio, ever. To the local radio stations here in town.
I'm trying to remember. Did I even hear it on local radio?
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, unless a few stations played it. So for me, Song of the Year it's Choosing Texas with Ella.
Yeah.
Again, she's on that train ride that's nonstop. And I just think it's one of those things like we said this before, we've kept hearing it and kept hearing it and kept hearing it. Same with Zach.
Yeah.
It's still being played today. And a couple weeks ago, I was looking at some stuff, charts and stuff that we get in the trades that I read every day. Basically, it was like she's still sitting up top.
Right.
So it's one of those things. I think this is the year of Ella Langley.
I agree.
And I just don't think there's anyone going to be able to take it from her. And I'm not saying they don't, but I mean, I love Lainey.
Right.
But I feel like that song just peaked and gone. Like they just dropped it, didn't care about it.
Yeah.
The only other thing that would come close for me is the Zach Top. I Never Lie.
Yeah. I think it's going to be between Ella and Zach on that one.
Yeah.
Again, because we're still hearing those between being on the radio and even on streaming, on Pandora, on Sirius XM. They're still I hear them all the time.
It's in every meme. It's in. I mean, now what's really funny for me is I'm even seeing like other artists sing her new song, Be Her. Like I saw Lauren Elena in an Instagram post singing I Want to Be Her. I've seen people, now they know the lyrics, little girls singing it. So now she's a role model. Not that they're getting to vote because they're not members. But that's the kind of rhythm and that's the kind of trajectory that she has going right now.
So much exposure.
Oh my gosh. I just don't think anyone's going to grab it from her. Not for a while. This could be the year of Ella,
And it could be years.
It could be. Yeah, it could be a great start for her, just like Lainey has
just
the last
like Lainey,
couple of years.
Just like Miranda, she's just on that same path.
She'll be hosting soon. She'll be doing all these kind of things. So it's kind of interesting.
So then we have Single of the Year. And so this is hard because it's like, you have the Song of the Year, and that goes to the songwriter, publishers, artists, and then you have Single of the Year. So this goes to the artist, producer, and the record company.
Right.
Anyways, it's just hard because it's like, to a lot of people, that's probably like, well, what's really the difference?
Right.
When you're in the industry, you get it, but
On the outside
on the
world, you're like,
outside,
it's
they're
just
like-
another song.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's where we talked about before. We probably could have another category to kind
Yes.
of pick up some of those artists that we
Right.
kind of felt were left out.
And like an Icon
know.
Award was
The
one of them.
yes,
and
yes,
just,
for
different
sure.
song.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this one here, we had 6 months later, Megan Maroney,
Yep.
Choosing Texas, Ella, I Never Lie, Zach Top,
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere Over Laredo, Lainey Wilson, and The Fall, Cody Johnson.
Oh, man, if going back to the whole radio airplay, Somewhere Over Laredo, great song. I remember when it started to take off, I was like, I really like the sound of this. I like the vibe. It feels good. Heard it, gone. Never heard it again.
Yeah, it got its peak and then
moved off.
Yep.
Zach Top, though, different story. Still hearing that. The Fall, I feel like we're just starting to get to hear the repetitions more of it in their playlist of how they go from, like an overnight record, you hear it a couple times, and then new music's mostly at night, and then during the days, you hear more of the originals that you're used to, and then your powerhouses, which are the Ellas, the Codys, the Morgans, the Luke Combs, stuff like that. So in this situation for me, this is another really tough category, but I'm just going to stick to the same train ride. It's Ella Langley.
Yeah, that's who I selected.
Yeah, just because like I look at the videos from everybody at Stagecoach, like I saw people running towards the stage to catch Ella's show.
Oh, yeah, nobody wanted to miss Ella's set.
No,
nobody.
Like I think it's probably one of the earliest entries into Stagecoach because her show was on at 4:50 in the afternoon.
Yeah,
and there was already 70,000 people there because she hasn't been to the West Coast, and
so of course everybody wanted to see her. But and then it's just an Ella era right now.
Yeah,
seriously.
Right.
I mean, it really is.
I wish I would have trademarked the name Ella's Fellas. I'd be a millionaire right now.
You probably would be. Exactly.
It makes me so mad. Yep. I'm always a day late and a dollar short.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Has anybody trademarked Ella's era? The Ella era?
Well, we better get on this.
I know, exactly. Somebody did now.
Yeah, we just did.
No, I do think it's her era right now.
I totally do. 100%.
Yep.
She's just, and again.
And I'm excited for her.
Yeah.
I think it's great,
She's a spokesmodel for American Eagle.
Yep.
She's got her own perfume coming out now that you can get at Ulta. I mean, she is literally doing all the right steps.
She is.
She's on a Citibank credit card. She's on a roll.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. And it's just, people think, oh, it's more Ella, but it's like it does so much for the genre. Because people listen to Ella, but then they hear so many other people because of her.
Right.
Or they go to her show and now they're getting introduced to other artists as well. So I think it's just really cool what she's doing for country music in general. I think is pretty impressive.
100%. And going back to like album of the year, her album Dandelion will be next year's.
Oh, we're definitely going to see that on the list.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
18 tracks. 2 of them are like funny tracks. So there's really 16.
Yeah.
But every track is
so solid.
Oh my God, it is so good. I haven't felt this good about an album in a long time.
Well, it's interesting because you're not normally an album person.
I am not.
Yeah. So it's interesting. And I remember the first weekend that it came out, you were really excited about the album. You had listened to it from, start to finish a few times and you're still talking about it. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm an album person. I love albums.
I love listening to them and I'm excited about another new album that's coming and I cannot wait for this one. And I'll tell you who it is in a second. But I had a chance, because I don't normally get a chance to drive long distances. Yeah. And it gives me the opportunity to listen to the full album. Like, I like Luke Combs' new album. I really do. I haven't listened to every single track, but I was so involved with Ella that I wanted to hear it. So now I need to go listen to every track of Luke to give him that fair shot, because it's going to be
it'll
in
be
next
one of
year's
them
categories.
as well.
It totally will. And I'm hoping that this album is going to be part of Album of the Year, because it hands down is totally my vibe right now. It's the brand new one from Keith Urban.
The one that's coming out?
Yes. It's all yacht rock.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
It is. He's already re-released a song with Michael McDonald, and then he just dropped Seals and Crofts' Summer Breeze. Yeah. It's better than Summer Breeze.
Yeah.
I mean, than Seals and Crofts. It is so good. Like, I'm not kidding. The other night I was driving home and I played it 7 times in my truck. Repeat.
I love it.
Repeat. And each time it got a notch louder.
That. I love, because I'll do that too. Like when there's a song, I'm like, okay, nope, I'm not done. I need to hear it again.
Yes.
And I won't get sick of it. Like I love that.
You feel like you've missed something. And
exactly.
was that a
or
different
it's just
note?
So, like you're just not ready for it to be over.
Yes.
And I love songs like that.
I do too.
Because they don't come often.
No.
so when you have one like that, it's really cool. And it's just kind of like, I want to hear it again.
Yeah.
And I want to hear it again.
I hope he gets nominated for Album of the Year because it literally, I'm not saying it's going to change the way of country music, but there's so many people that are into yacht rock right now.
Right.
There's even a yacht country now.
That's interesting. And it's funny because I was never really I didn't even know that was I think, and it might have even been you that had mentioned, oh, it's a yacht rock song. And I'm like, who's that? Like, I never even knew that was yacht rock was a term.
Right.
Until I think it was actually at the Nickelback show we went to.
Oh,
you had brought it up. And I was like, oh, yacht rock. I'm like, you had said something like, oh, yeah, we're listening to yacht rock. I'm like, oh, who's that?
Yeah. And Chad and those guys loved it.
Yeah. And
it's
I'm
funny
like, I don't know who that is.
Because last year, Thomas Rhett, when we were doing the radio room backstage, he even brought up yacht rock, how much he loves it.
Right.
And he would like to do a couple remixes because he said there's a couple bangers that he wants to do. So can you imagine him?
Keith did.
I know. But him and Keith teaming together,
that would be great.
That would be
because they both
phenomenal.
like Thomas's soulful voice and then mixed with Keith's Urban's like just smooth and yeah.
It'd be so good. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, we're off track once again.
Yeah, here we go.
What else is new?
We're looking at the album again, but that's for next year. So just remember that because we've called it here first.
Exactly. We already know too that's going to be on there.
Yeah, we'll be there for sure.
Okay, so we've got this other category, visual media.
Okay.
Of the year. Where are we here?
And we have music event of the year too.
Oh, did I skip music event?
No, it's okay. We can go back to it.
Oh, no, let's do music event of the year.
Music event. Yeah, this is where the duets get together. And
collabs.
Yes, the collabs that you may see back in the days or now I feel like this is kind of weird because CMT was like MTV. At first, it was all videos.
Right.
And I feel like they still do videos, but they're not aired anywhere except for on Instagram or portions. They're not even a full video.
Yeah, there's clips.
Yeah, like I've seen clips of Ella Langley's Choosing Texas where she's dancing with Casey from Yellowstone. Luke Grimes. That's who I was thinking of. And then I see, this Miranda Lambert and Chris Stapleton. I don't see full videos.
Right.
I see just portions.
I think if you go to their YouTube, but everybody's.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I don't think people are always on YouTube. They're watching, social media. But if there's a link to go to it, then they're probably going to click on it and go watch it there.
100%. Yeah.
But I think what you were probably going to say was that on CMT they had the Crossroads.
Yes.
Where it would be like artists coming together and collabing.
Yeah, like Brett Young and Boyz II Men.
Yeah.
Party and Nickelback.
And I feel like collabs are, and this might be a good topic for a later episode, but I feel like collabs are all of a sudden constant.
Right.
Versus we would be surprised with a collab every now and again.
Right.
Now it's, so-and-so is teaming up with so-and-so. So it's like you almost assume there's always going to be a collab coming out every week.
Yeah, I know, right? You would think it is. I don't mind them. I love this.
No, same.
Especially with this one. Music Event of the Year. The nominees are A Song to Sing with Miranda Lambert, Chris Stapleton, Amen, Shabuzi and Jelly Roll, Don't Mind If I Do, Riley Green and Ella Langley, Trailblazer with Reba, Miranda, and Lainey Wilson, and Kenny Chesney and Megan Maroney, You Had to Be There. And then one more is Don't Mind If I Do with Riley Green and Ella Langley. Another tough category. Ella's in two of them.
I know.
Miranda, I mean, she's, in two of them. It's crazy. But I do have my favorite because I keep thinking to myself, once again, here we go, because when you think about this song, what's the first thing you think of? Ella and Riley and the controversy that went with it. Were they dating?
Chatter,
Was he dating Megan Maroney? She's mad, he's mad, she's mad.
Yep. Exactly.
So for me, I'm going this year, Don't Mind If I Do with Riley and Ella.
That's what I went with
as
well.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, I think Amen is a strong one.
That was my second choice.
Yeah, I think that has a very real possibility of winning.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd like to see Jelly Roll walk away with an ACM. Same for Shabuzi.
Yeah.
I just don't think that this is the year for them.
Yeah, I just feel like, again, it's just back to that Ella train. I think that it was a huge song. I feel like it kind of, it played. It played a lot. We're still hearing it. Yep. It's still it's still a thing, you
Yeah.
know? It's
You'll
not
notice
one
it.
that dropped off. People still enjoy it.
Right. And it's funny now that we say that, because you'll pay attention to the fact when you're listening to your favorite station, that you'll notice like, oh, I haven't heard that song in a while. I haven't heard that song in a while.
Yeah.
You know, and if you hear it, if it's new music, again, it plays mostly at nighttime.
Right.
So you'll catch the newer stuff as opposed to the older stuff that's playing more or less in the daytime, and a lot of 90s throwbacks and stuff like that,
Right.
which I love even more.
Oh, of course. It is kind of cool, though, just kind of what you just said, when you don't hear it as much anymore. But then when it does get sprinkled in and you get to hear it, it reminds you, like, oh, I miss hearing that song,
Right.
or I love that song.
The other day I was driving home and I heard Jelly Roll and Dustin Lynch's Chevrolet.
Oh, okay. That
And
was a
I
great
had-
song. I hadn't heard that in a long time.
Haven't heard it in so long, and I
See,
was
that's
like,
a treat. That's like a little treat.
right. I was like, oh, this is cool. And I just turned it up, kept driving.
I love when little gems like that are sprinkled in.
Yeah, for sure. It takes you back, and you're like,
does.
why am I not hearing that? But there's so much music. Obviously, it's hard to play everything.
It is.
So yeah, it's tough. It's a thing that will never get past, because when people call the radio station and say, you play the same 4 songs over and over, well, we do that for a reason, because it's testing. It's what people like, and it's what they're drawn to. It's what draws you to the radio station. Now, when you've heard it for the millionth time, like we do, on a different situation, it's a whole different ballgame, because you're in and out of your car, you're running errands. And
you're bound to hear it on, when you're getting out of the car, or when you're getting back in the car.
Exactly. Like if you figure a power song usually runs about every hour and 15 to hour and 30 minutes. So if you're in the grocery store, you hear it when you're pulling in, you shut it off, and you get back in your car and you still hear it.
Right. And you
like,
probably heard it streaming in the store as well. So that's when it's like you almost can't get away from it.
And that's the way I feel with Ella. Like I can't get away from Ella. All I hear is Ella in my head.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. No. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I'm here for it.
For sure.
Okay, so visual media.
Okay.
6 months later, Mega Maroney,
Yep.
A Song to Sing, Miranda and Chris.
Yep.
Cuckoo, Stephen Wilson Jr.
Ooh.
Somewhere Over Laredo, Lainey Wilson. In the fall, Cody Johnson. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't
even remember, honestly, what I voted for when I was, I think I was just kind of, I don't know, I closed my eyes and probably clicked on one because I wasn't, I don't know.
Yeah. Another dark horse, Stephen Wilson Jr. in there.
Very much so, yeah.
Could easily come through, like, his performance
Without
at the CMAs when he sang that song. Stand By Me literally stopped everybody in their tracks.
Right.
And for days, people were talking about that. So it could be one of those dark horses.
People know his name now.
Yeah, for sure.
We're hearing Gary on the radio all the time.
Right.
But even before that, like, the true, like, Stephen Wilson Jr. fans, like I said, I went to his show.
It's almost like a cult following.
I was familiar with one song because friends of mine had, told me about him, and they played one of their favorite songs of his. So I knew that song.
Yeah.
But everybody else knew every other song as well.
Right.
So, including this one.
Right.
So,
and that's what makes it interesting for me, because when I look at a crowd, if we go to a concert and I see phones up for a new artist, they're not getting exposed through radio. They're getting exposed through TikTok and Instagram and everything else, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because people are finding them and they're finding their niche. And when radio finally gets a hold of it, then it catapults even further.
For sure.
Which
and
is
new
awesome.
artists need that.
Sure.
I mean, I think any artist, unless you are like a Lainey or even an Ella now,
Right.
I mean, your songs are going to get played.
Right.
But like those newer artists, they need, I don't say all the help that they can get, but in a way, it's true. It is all the help that they can get.
With his fan base could easily make that the dark horse.
Yeah.
Although I am going to stick to my guns on this one. I am going to go with Chris Stapleton and Miranda Lambert.
Okay.
Only because I know the ACMs, the people at the ACMs, the voting members love Miranda. Everyone loves Chris. I think that would just be the event of that category. What was it called? Visual event?
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they're wearing polyester suits from the 70s.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that one's going to be an interesting one. But I do think you're right. I think that, I don't know, we might be surprised.
Yeah. It'll be a shocker.
On that one.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We'd love to hear who you think is going to walk away with those beautiful ACM trophies. I have a feeling this year that we're going to see Ella have her Taylor moment.
Yeah, have her
just
hands full.
an armful of them, and that would be fantastic. We also will have to fight for her to come here now because
I know. Exactly. Once they start winning all these awards, then
price
it gets
tag goes woo.
That and their schedules get. I mean,
busier.
They're booked,
and they only see them at bigger festivals like Stagecoach and stuff like that. And we already know that we're already in trouble not in trouble, but we just don't have the shows or the festivals like we did anymore here. There's now one festival that's going to be in Montana this year, and there's a lot of people that are going to that festival. They're going to drive to it because it's so worth it. It's 3 days.
Okay.
It's almost like the Oregon Jamboree used to be.
Yes, I do remember hearing about this one. And it's Montana. Like, I think the location where it's set is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
So it's a vacation.
Right. And Zach Top, it's a bucket list. It's a stop, right? Make it a vacation for sure. Do some fishing.
Because I think it's close to Big Sky, or it might even be right in Big Sky.
It might be. And they usually do the Big Sky Festival as a separate thing. And that's where you hear, the some of the other acts. And I just went completely blank on the names. But those are the acts like the Americanas.
Right.
The Tyler Childers. And those kind of guys. It's just, that's a great festival. I've had so many friends go to that for sure. But this is in the same area. So it'd be kind of cool. So, we'd love to hear your thoughts on who you might think walk away an ACM winner.
Well, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
The biggest category of the night.
Yes, how did I miss that? How did
Danny's
I miss that?
already, his bags are already on the plane.
I'm ready to go to Vegas.
He's gone through baggage check and he's clearing TSA before we even.
I want to see Ella. I want to see Ella.
This is your chance.
Yeah, I haven't seen her before.
Entertainer of the Year.
All right, go for it.
So, in this one, 7, is it 7? Yeah. 7 nominees, which
That's a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first year they've done 7.
It's usually
typically
5.
Yeah. So Luke Combs, Jelly Roll, Cody Johnson, Megan Maroney, Chris Stapleton, Morgan Wallen, Lainey Wilson.
Oh my gosh. It's just one of those categories, like no matter what, everyone wins.
100%.
If you're a Luke Combs fan, you're super stoked. Jelly Roll, like the other night, he was on not Jimmy Fallon, but Jimmy Kimmel. He's told so many great stories. I'm telling you, this man should be a TED Talk speaker. Incredible what he does. Yeah. Now he's a Grammy nominee. He's a CMA winner, a CMT winner.
Yep.
I'd love to see him walk away with it.
Grammy winner as well.
Yeah.
He won
I would
Grammys.
love to see him walk away with this. I just don't know if it's his year yet because this is a tough category.
It is.
Cody Johnson.
Yep.
Same thing.
They're all great. They all entertain in their own ways. I've said that a million times.
Right.
So Lainey, she got this the past 2 years as well, 2024 and 2025.
Right. And years before that, it was Chris Stapleton. So Megan, I'm just going to be honest and upfront. I think she's too new to the industry for it. I don't think she's ready for it.
Yeah, this is this is the most coveted award.
Yeah.
The category. I mean, this is the category.
Right. I mean, I like her stuff. I like the album.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The Cloud9, but I just don't think this is her year as of yet.
And Cloud9 wasn't even part of this for this
Dateline.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'm just going to spit it out. My go-to is Morgan Wallen.
Same.
I mean, if you think about the entertainers of the year who have been performing for the last year, Chris was gone. Megan was out.
She was.
But it's still fairly new.
Yeah.
Lainey kind of took a little time off because she was also hosting the CMAs, which was in November. So she had some time off. She did some stuff for like New Year's and a couple things. Cody.
He could be a dark horse in this one as well.
Right.
He
sold out the Houston Livestock and Rodeo Show. Yeah. 80,000 people. The only other person to ever do that was George Strait.
Right. So that's to me, I think it's either Cody or Morgan, but I think my gut is kind of telling me Morgan.
Yeah, me too. And I just because of the 2 years of touring all last year with the famous walkouts of every stadium with everybody. Now he's back at it again.
Yeah.
He was just in Vegas.
Massive album. I mean, every time he releases an album, it's 30+ tracks.
Yeah. It's crazy. And he's already got 10 new tracks for his new album. He's just ready. Announced. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, he's putting the music industry to shame when it comes to writing.
Well, yeah. And just albums in general, because people used to release, 10 to 12 songs. I mean, if you got 12, it was like, wow, this is a big album. Like sometimes people would try to get away with 8, Right. And now you got Morgan with 30.
20, 25, 30. Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. So I honestly believe that it is his year to take this one home for sure, because if I look just in my mind back at all the things that I have seen over the last year, it's all Morgan Wallen.
Oh, yeah.
It's all him.
Yeah.
And like I said, the famous walkouts, and now, like the other night he was in Vegas last week. So it was just one of those moments. I'm like, man, and you're filling football stadiums.
He's selling merch days before his show.
Right.
So people are lining up days before his show to
Right.
to make sure they get his merch. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I know.
Is
that who you're going with too?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
good.
That's definitely who I went with as well. I think that, I do think Cody could, again, maybe surprise us.
Yeah, it would be cool. Definitely.
But I kind of feel like this might be Morgan's to win.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see.
I can't wait.
No, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
It is coming up on Sunday, May 17th on Amazon Prime. And we get a chance, like Julia said earlier, we get to watch it live. We don't have to watch it tape delayed. So you don't have to worry about anybody spoiling anything on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. That was always the one thing I will admit. I hope the CMAs get it together and do it. Just do it at 5 o'clock.
Right.
And I know they like to do their stuff on a Wednesday, and I don't know why they shoot it on Wednesdays, but I mean, move it to a Sunday and do it at 5 o'clock, because on Sunday nights everyone's home from church, everyone's going to make dinner early, and you can all run at the same time.
Yeah, I wish.
I think it's the way to go with that. I hate seeing it early because it always makes me mad. Like,
I know.
I already know, and
I always stay off of social media, and then I get the email of the press release of all, and so it's like, oh man,
I know.
Yeah, so
it's one day you just put your phone away.
Exactly, which is not a bad thing. So, but no, we get to all watch it together, so I think that's great.
For sure. So enjoy the Academy of Country Music Awards and share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, thank you for always following us here at CMR. You can follow the podcast on all your favorite podcast channels, whether it's iHeart, Spotify, Odyssey. I mean, they're everywhere. YouTube. Yeah, definitely YouTube. You get to watch the video of us hanging out, chatting for sure. So subscribe and like, and have yourself a great ACM weekend.